Is 2022 the right year for you to purchase an electric vehicle? Find out in today's video. Now, it's no secret that over the past few years, electric and hybrid vehicles have almost been a taboo subject. Now, with an electric or a hybrid vehicle, the reason there are some taboos against there is because they haven't really been available to the general public in a situation where they're going to do a lot more good for you than cause more of a financial strain. Now in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of those taboos and why 2022 might be the right year for you to go ahead and purchase one. Now stay tuned till the end of this video where I'm going to give my personal opinion on electric and hybrid vehicles, how I see them fitting into my own personal life, and what electric vehicles might look like in the future. Now if you're looking at an electric or a hybrid vehicle, it's good to know that there are three different types. You've got a fully electric vehicle which has no gasoline engine at all and requires a charging port to maintain that battery and also give you the running distance. The other two are going to be hybrid vehicles. Now, these are going to be gasoline engines mixed with electricity. Now what you have with that is you've got plug-in hybrids, which will utilize a standard plug-in port at your home or office, basically anywhere that has one. And then the last one is actually a standalone hybrid, which uses a gasoline engine mixed with electricity, however has no plug-in options. This uses regen braking and also generates power just by simply having the engine running. Now that was just the basics of these three different types of electric vehicles. If you want to know more, click the link below. We've got an entire page on our website where you can find out more details and specifically what vehicles fall into each category. Now with that being said, you got a little bit of backstory on it. Let's get started. Now my first reason that you might want to consider an electric or hybrid vehicle in 2022 is because a lot of the major brands are getting behind electric and hybrid vehicles. Now that's not to say they didn't get behind it in the past. However, in the past, most electric or hybrid vehicles were either A, too hard to find a place to fix them, or B, they didn't really serve any other purpose besides getting good gas mileage. If you recall the original Toyota Prius, you know that that thing didn't really look too good from the outside. However, it got outstanding fuel economy. But just getting outstanding fuel economy doesn't really do it anymore for the consumer, and it really doesn't do it for me. Now, when you have these larger brands such as Ford and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram really getting behind electric and hybrid vehicles, the biggest benefit to that is that you now have a nationwide network of dealerships. They're able to warranty, service, and fix items on these vehicles. That means if you're out and about and something goes wrong with that, maybe across the country or on a road trip, you're never too far away from having a nice dealership right near you and being able to get that vehicle serviced. Now for me, that is a big one because I've always worried if I were to purchase a Tesla in the past that they were only available for servicing in metropolitan areas. Here in Pennsylvania, the closest dealer that probably could have worked on a Tesla would have been in Philadelphia, maybe Pittsburgh. And as you guys know, you're from different states, it was in those hubs, the metropolitan hubs, that could really fix them. That's not the case when it comes to Ford and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. As these vehicles are starting to be released, all of the techs are being trained, and especially us at Susquehanna Automotive, we are really apt to the future, making sure that we have everything ready as these vehicles are currently and will be more heading into our lots. Now my second reason is probably going to be the reason that most of you are tuned into this video is, will an electric or a hybrid vehicle actually save me money? And I've tried to do a bunch of research on this, and my simple answer, in my opinion, who's actually considering maybe buying an electric vehicle soon, is that yes, they will save you money. And there's a few reasons. The first one, and that's the one that's often touted the most, it's even on Tesla's website where it says not including the tax credit. Now there's a federal tax credit of up to $7,500 for an electric or a hybrid vehicle. There's a lot of stipulations to it. They're not too detailed. I'll let you guys click on the IRS or do some Google searching to find out all the nitty-gritty details. There also is some statewide deductions too, and depending on certain states, they'll even help you pay for the charge of installing a 240 regular outlet into your garage. I think that's pretty neat too. The second way that this is going to save you cash is getting you from A to B. Now obviously you know you're going to be running on pure electric if you've got an all-electric vehicle, and if you've got a hybrid, you're also going to be bumping up those miles per gallon. If you're at low speed, you'll probably be in electric mode the entire time. I did a quick calculation, and with a kilowatt hour in the area here at 14 cents per kilowatt hour, that's what you pay for your electricity bill. The average, I'd say, is a 100 kilowatt hour battery. You're going to be paying $14 to $16 to charge that from 0 to 100%. Now, a 100 kilowatt hour battery will probably get you about 300 to 400 miles. I'd consider that almost an average week for most Americans, as compared to the rising gas prices that might cost you 40, 50, 60, or like me in a truck, almost $90 to fill up most recently. The last thing that I want to mention is probably something you didn't think about as much. I know I didn't. That's going to be the maintenance fees of maintaining an electric vehicle. Now, with an engine, with a regular gasoline engine, you're going to have things like oil changes, serpentine belts, alternators, water pumps, anything you can imagine in that engine. You're also going to have the engine, transmission, and a lot of other components that actually make that vehicle run. In a hybrid, you're still going to have all that. So if you do buy one of those, you still will have to maintain the engine with oil changes and things that could go wrong. But perhaps the coolest thing that I found out is that most full electric vehicles have a lot bigger of a warranty on electrical components. Batteries, the electric motors, and all the other components that surround the actual electric vehicle. And Ford, the battery warranty is actually really incredible to me. It doesn't need for you to have the battery be completely depleted and won't hold a charge. Basically, the threshold is anything under 70% of what it originally could hold. Your battery is completely warranted. I believe that one on certain vehicles can go up to 8 years and 100,000 miles. So guys, that's a lot of time to be driving this electric vehicle. Now, 99% of these vehicles actually have regenerative motors. And that means that when you go to slow down, if it is enabled in your vehicle, your motor on the electric part of the vehicle is actually going to spin in the opposite direction and recharge the battery. You're gonna think, that's neat, I'm gonna get some more power while I'm slowing down. What you probably didn't think is that when you have it in that mode, it's actually going to slow the vehicle down for you. I found that out the other day driving the 4xe, how nicely it could slow me down to a stoplight to the point where I barely even needed to apply any pressure on my pads and rotors. What that's going to do is going to take a lot of wear and tear off of the pads and rotors first and foremost, but all the other bushings and joints that go behind there. Probably not going to have to replace them too much because there's not as much stress on there when you go to slow down. Now, the last part of this video, I'm going to cover some of the misconceptions that I would say almost around every topic when it starts to emerge as a new item kind of into your daily life. Now, when we change from carburetors to EFI, electronic fuel injection systems, a lot of mechanics and people that worked on vehicles were absolutely not wanting to work on them. It was a huge change and they thought carbureted way is the only way to go. By injecting the fuel, you're going to create so many more issues. And fast forward now into the future, about 40 years in, everything is fuel injected, if not direct injected. Lawnmowers, little items, everything has fuel injection because the system worked so much better than the carbureted did. Now, will this happen with electric and hybrid vehicles? I think that it can, and it has the possibility to do so, but it's going to take some time, and the way to do that is by people watching this video and myself adapting to it and actually embracing it as a good change versus something that's negative. Now, when I look at electric vehicles and hybrids, I'll give my perspective. Now, I take a lot of road trips. So I go all over the country. Maybe I'll go to Michigan, we'll go down to Florida. I don't have a huge family yet, but the biggest thing that I've talked to when it comes to electric and hybrid vehicles is that this is going to take too long when I go to stop, or there's not going to be availability of chargers. Now, let's handle those two in separate pieces. I've talked to some people that have children, they've got 3 or 4 kids, and they're debating an electric vehicle. When I told them that the charge time might be 30 to 45 minutes at a rest stop, they kind of said, psh, no problem. When they stop with a large family at a rest stop, you've got kids that need to go to the bathroom, you've got hungry mom and dad. By the time you're done, you're already looking at about half an hour before you're on the road. Heck, I'd spend another 10 minutes to quickly charge at a road stop gas station and be good to go without having to drop any money in that road trip budget. Maybe that money you save by not using it on gas buys Junior an ice cream cone, or maybe gets you another night at the hotel you were staying at. Now, in my perspective, I've made a lot of road trips where I'm just trying to get to my destination. I don't want to spend any time refueling. I want to spend as little time when I need to go to the gas station. That's where I see those hybrid electrics really coming into play, or a standard gasoline engine. When I'm just trying to jet and go one way, I don't want to waste 45 minutes at a gas station. I want to simply pull in, maybe use the bathroom, but fill up in about 5 minutes and roll out. And that is where I see the driveway currently, 2021 and 2022, sitting with maybe one full electric vehicle for commuting during the week, and then either a hybrid electric vehicle or a straight gasoline vehicle. You're always going to want to have something that you can power without needing electricity. Heaven forbid the power goes out for 2 or 3 weeks at your location, there's storms, there's stuff going on. You always want to have a way that you can put gasoline in the vehicle and go somewhere if you need to go. With that being said, I think that keeping an electric vehicle in the driveway is going to be perfect for commuting. I'm really excited for the future of hybrid and electric vehicles. I think they've come a long way, but they've got a lot further to go. Now in 2022, I am super excited to see all the models being released, and you guarantee that we'll be posting up some videos as soon as we get them in, doing driving reviews and testing them in any way that we could find possible. Also, if you're in the market for a Ford or Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, I'm not ashamed to throw a plug in here. We'll drop a phone number down below where you could text or call me and we can get you in that process if you're thinking about one. Now don't be deterred if you live all the way across the country. We've got you covered and can work out some great deals for you guys. Now until next time, I'm Matt from Susquehanna Automotive. I'll catch you on the next one.